Hey, what's happening? Have you ever found yourself in a position where you had more month than money? If you've been following my story, you know that's where I was when I transitioned from being a restaurant manager into sales. Because I got a good job, but it was a lot of hours and I wanted to spend more time at home. And I knew that, I had to make a change. And so to me, I had an opportunity to get in the sales side of the restaurant industry, selling food to groceries and hospitals, daycares, etc. And it's a commission only job. So yeah, it's a little risky, but I trusted in myself. This is something that, I knew I needed to do. I knew it was a necessary sacrifice, temporary sacrifice. And so I made the jump. And until I could get my territory built up enough to where my commission was what I was used to making in the restaurant business, I had to take a second job at first. I took a second job. I was still home more. I know that sounds nuts, but I was still home more. It wasn't a great feeling having to work two jobs, but it is what it is. I've never been scared of work. But once I got my territory up enough and my commissions to what I was used to making before, I was able to step away from that second job. And I told myself I didn't want to get in that position again. I wouldn't allow myself to get in that position again. Being in a commission-only job, if I lost one or two or three customers, boom, I'm right back to where I was. So I started looking for ways to make money on the side. Now, I know there's 100 ways to make money. I'd love to hear if you've experienced a way to make some side income. Put it in the comments below. But I want to share the ways that I've made extra money. Okay, and these are brief descriptions. I could do several videos on each topic, and we just don't have that kind of time right now. But hey, I'm an open book. If you have more questions on a certain topic that I talk about, send me an email. It might take me a little bit, to respond, but I will when I can. To Todd at bigtweaks.com. And man, I'd love to hear your thoughts. First thing I looked into, I've been fascinated with real estate investing for a long time. They make it look so easy on TV. But I wanted to get into real estate investing. I talked to my wife, well, she was my girlfriend at the time, now my wife, Sarah. Talked to her about it. She's on board. She's been wanting to get into real estate herself. In fact, she went and got a real estate license. Check your state's laws, on real estate. Make sure you're abiding by that. Maybe even consult with a professional. Get yourself a real estate attorney before you go out there and do anything drastic. But what I did was I started flipping houses. Now I did the wholesale side of it. Okay, I would find the houses and I would get them under contract, and then for a fee, I'd flip them over to a cash buyer. That's how I started out, okay? Just stair-stepping it. Eventually, I did get to where I was doing the rehabs, and then I got up to 7 rental properties, and I learned real quick I don't like being a landlord. But wholesaling houses. Now, how do you go find those houses? Well, if you don't have a lot of money, okay, but maybe you got a little gas money and you got some time, go driving neighborhoods. Look for the vacant houses. Write down the addresses, look them up on the tax rolls, and try to get in touch with the owners. Now, if you have a little bit of a budget, you can buy yourself a list. There's tons of different lists out there. I like the non-owner occupied list. You can Google, address list for non-owner occupied houses, bankruptcy. There's so many different lists out there. But I had success with the non-owner occupied. Now, you're going to get a lot of landlords call you. But anyway, you buy this list and you send them a letter. Now, you can handwrite these letters. If you're only doing 10 to 100 a month, maybe you handwrite them. I actually did a little postcard, a little white postcard. It looked like it was handwritten, but I had a software on my computer that I just, printed them up. And like I said, it looked handwritten. And I would put the address labels on them and I'd send them out. I think postcard stamps about 28 cents now, and then 5 cents for the postcard, and then you got however much your list costs you. So figure out what your monthly budget can be, and that's how many postcards you can send out per month, right? And then wait for the phone calls to come in. Again, you're going to get a lot of landlords call you. They want top dollar. I just kind of laugh those off and get the experience. You gotta get through a lot of no's before you get a yes. You'll get someone who maybe inherited a house they don't know what to do with. You'll find someone like me that's a landlord that wants to get out of being a landlord. And you make an offer on the house, get it under contract. Now in Texas, we use the TREX, the Texas Real Estate Contract, and they're assignable. Again, check the laws in your area. Now, how do you know what to look for and what to get under contract? Look, it's a whole nother course and video, etc. But what I can tell you is start going to the Real Estate Association, Real Estate Investor Association meetings. There'll be several in your area. I'm in the Dallas area. We live about an hour east of Dallas, and tons of them out here. But I found two that I really enjoy going to. Now, you can go to meetup.com and you can search for these groups. Usually the first one's free. After that, they're going to want you to pay $20 to $30 a month. Sometimes they'll give you a discount if you pay for the year up front. But at these meetings, man, you're going to meet other investors, other wholesalers that can help you out. You know, your net worth is equal to your network, right? So network. Get your Rolodex if you don't have a Rolodex, or put it on your phone, however you do it nowadays. But find yourself, cash buyers. Find yourself a real estate attorney, a closing title company, right? An RMLO officer that can help you down the road doing owner finance, doing wraps, etc. A loan servicing company. All these guys you might not need right away, but you'll need them in the future. And just start making you a list, making you a contact list, and so you can have that. Also at these meetings, they'll do like study groups, and they'll do like little workshops, and they'll go over how to find the right deals and what they talk about ARV, the after repair value, and just to kind of give you a standard, at least in our area. And again, check your area to see what's standard there. But around here, cash buyers usually give 70% of the ARV minus the repairs. So here's an example: if the house is $100,000, after repair value, meaning after it's remodeled, it's worth $100,000, but it's going to take $20,000 to get it. Okay, so 70% of the 100 is 70 minus the 20 to get it there is 50. A cash buyer will give you $50,000 for that house. Does that make sense? So if I know that I need a $1,000 assignment fee, then I need to get it for $49,000. Does that make sense? So you gotta kind of know repairs estimates and house values and comps and get familiar with all that. Wholesaling houses is you do one a month. You can make any $1,000 to $5,000 a month extra. If you have a little bit more budget, you can do more postcards. Maybe you can do 2 a month. And what I did was I just put that money back into more marketing, and because I didn't need the money right away, because I got my commission job to what I was used to, right? So I was just building something on the side, and I'd let it snowball, and I'd do more marketing, and that's how we ended up with our portfolio that we have today. So wholesaling is a great way to start. If you have any more questions on that, send me an email. Second way, now I was in a Facebook group for wholesaling houses. And in that group, they actually had a discussion one day about ways to make other income in addition to real estate. And somebody brought up Amazon FBA. FBA is fulfillment by Amazon. And I've always been intrigued with online selling. I even bought a course a while back. I don't even want to say how much I spent on it. It was back when, I don't know what was the name of that company with Tom Bosley. He was on the commercials and talked about those items. You go to eBay and it was just filled with the same stuff. Everyone's selling the same stuff, and it was a turnoff. So I never got into it. And so when the discussion came up about this Amazon FBA, I'm like, okay. So I started looking into it. You find items and you send them to Amazon, and then for a fee, they'll sell them for you. You got listed on Amazon, but when it sells, they ship it to the customer. If you know this, over half the sales of Amazon is third-party sellers. I think it's like 60%, and then 40% is actually Amazon. So Amazon FBA, or any e-commerce ways to make extra money. I dabble in eBay, but it's mostly for the returns I get on Amazon that I can't send back in. We call it our clearance section. Things will come back without tags, or the packaging's messed up. And the thing about Amazon is they got really strict guidelines, and so you need to really read the terms of service and make sure you're going by those guidelines, because it's their platform, right? Their sandbox. They can kick you out anytime they want. Their number one goal is customer satisfaction. If they feel like you're doing anything less than that, boom, you're gone. They don't need you. You're a little speck right to them. So you read their terms of service and abide by their guidelines. But Amazon's been good to us. I probably enjoy Amazon a little bit too much. I'm not as involved as I was when I first started. I've been doing about 6 years now. Started off doing everything myself. Sarah helped me a little bit. Then we brought our son on board, and then eventually I've just added to the team, and now I got a team, and they do all the heavy lifting. But there's 4 ways that you can source for Amazon. One is retail arbitrage. You can go to different stores. You can scan. You have to have a scanning app. So if you get a pro account with Amazon, it's $40 a month. You don't have to have it, but if you want that app, you do. If you don't have a pro account, you can sell an item. It's $1 per item in addition to their fees, up to, so if you're going to sell over 40 items a month, you might as well go ahead and just get the pro. But what you can do is you scan stuff and you can see, hey, what's it selling for on Amazon? And it'll show you the rank. You got to learn ranks, okay, which means, how popular is it on Amazon? And then you buy it and send it in Amazon and flip it on there. Now, that's a hard way to do it because it's hard to replenish that stuff, because you can find something good one time and it's going to be hard to find again usually. You can do online arbitrage, which is similar. You're just doing it online. Then you got to pay shipping costs. Ship it to you. You got to wait for it to get to you, and then you got to process it and send it in. And a lot of times, low barrier to entry is more competition, right? So a lot of times, by the time you receive the stuff and get in, it's the price already tanked. People started, they'll buy it, think they're going to get rich, and realize, oh no, I just need to get my money back, and they just drop the price and sell it super fast. And the next thing you know, you're losing a little money. But the third way is wholesaling. Okay, which is our preferred method. You reach out to the manufacturers, and then you tell them, hey, let me sell your product. You get their permission. You buy it in bulk from them. You sell it. You order more. Sell it. Now it's it's a lot of work. You got to find the items, right? You got to find what items, and then you got to find who do you the contact is, and then you got to convince them to why should they allow you to sell their product, and you got to prove your worth to them. How can you prove your worth to them? Well, if their listing stinks, you can improve their listing for them. You make sure you have good customer feedback. Lots of different ways to prove your worth. And so wholesaling is the third option. The fourth is private label. Now, private label is, I don't know if y'all can hear that big old bullfrog over there. I think Sadie's going to try to get it. But private label, it really separates you from the competition. It does. You can find some items and you can label it yourself. Put your branding on it. It's risky. It's risky. You don't know. A lot of times, you need to do test buys, and a lot of the minimum orders are pretty big. And worst thing that can happen is if you don't do the proper research, and you make this big purchase and you send it all into Amazon, and well, now you're paying monthly storage fees. It's just sitting there, and you're not getting your money back. Your money's just stale. It's just sitting there. So it's more an advanced, sourcing method, and I highly recommend starting, with retail arbitrage. Just get used to Amazon, and then work your way up to the wholesale. And then if you want to go private label after that, then it is a good method, because like I said, if you find some good items and can brand it the right way, you limit your competition. Nobody else can jump on your listing because you own it. You're the brand, right? So private label is a good way, but it's definitely a more advanced way. But just selling in general online, it's not just Amazon. You can make good money flipping on eBay. But again, eBay, you're going to have to go out. People go to thrift stores, or, all right, I'm looking for things that, it's not going to take up a whole lot of time. All right, the next way I've been able to make a little extra money a month is with print on demand. Print on demand. I started with Merch by Amazon. We were approved. We have our Amazon store. We were approved for a Merch by Amazon account. It's a separate account than your seller account. And when you can upload designs, and when it first started, it was t-shirts only. You could do like a regular t-shirt or a premium t-shirt. They've since added to that, and I'm not great at designs. I bought designs, but you really have to do your research and make sure that you don't infringe on any copyright, trademark issues. Just got to be real careful in that area. But in the beginning, I was buying designs. Since then, I started kind of making my own, but mostly text-based, and text-based designs do fairly well on T-shirts. And I was trying to do more, worship, inspiration shirts, and I don't, like I said, don't mess with it much anymore, but it's still built. And my wife and I both have an account. Between our two accounts, we bring in consistently right around $100 a month. And again, it's not a whole lot, but if your goal is just to make a little extra the month, print on demand, it could be a good opportunity for you. Okay, it could be a good choice. Once you get it built, you can just kind of, I don't want to say let it sit. I mean, we do. I want to put more time into it. I just don't. So it's kind of on the back burner. But it does. It sells a certain amount of shirts. It's where Amazon, when you make the listing, right? You upload the image, decide what you want to put it on, and then when it sells, Amazon will do the printing and ship it out for you, and you get paid royalties on that item. So you don't have to, buy a bunch of inventory up front like you do with the Amazon FBA. It's a lot of competition. A lot of people joined in. Amazon's not the only platform out there you can do print on demand. Just the amount of traffic on Amazon is just, it's unbeatable. It's just crazy. The second best platform to do it would be Etsy. Now, they don't have a service like Amazon, so you would have to find yourself a printing company, and there's a couple of them out there. Printful's one, PrintTech's another one. And so you can set up an account with those guys. There's usually a monthly subscription fee. It's not a lot. And then you can upload your designs to their products. They have, like, in addition to shirts, they also have like mugs, purses, socks, etc. I mean, it just depends on the printing company that you use. And then, like, if it sells on Etsy, the order would go straight to them. They would process the order. They would charge you, your fee for whatever the item might be. And then through Etsy, the buyer pays you, right? So you keep the difference. And so it's a good way to make a little extra money. It does tend, to do a little bit of work in the beginning, but once you kind of got it in place, then you should see a recurring income each month. It won't be a whole lot unless you put a lot of work into it, but it'll be a little. If all you need is an extra $100, $200 a month, hey, it could be a perfect choice for you. But print on demand is another way that we make a little extra money. And then the next way is direct sales. Network marketing, MLM. When I was about 4 years into my Amazon business, and I love the Amazon business, I really want to scale it up. But in order to scale it up, you got to have a lot of inventory. I don't even want to say how much inventory we have. It's quite a bit. And you don't want, all your eggs in one basket, right? So the thought of just throwing that much inventory is a little overwhelming. And I want to say about 4 years ago, so this is about 4 years into my Amazon business, about 4 years ago, a buddy of mine, he approached me about a company that he had recently joined, and he was like, look, man, I think you ought to take a look at it. Now, at that time, I wasn't interested because I've tried direct sales in the past, and as with anything, you have to have the right mindset with anything, whether it's building real estate investing, building an Amazon business, losing weight, building your faith, whatever it is. If you don't have the right mindset, it just won't work. And like when I was 20 years old, I was approached for Amway. I liked the business plan. I just never had the right mindset to make it work. And the products were okay. And I will say this, some of the best products I ever had was through network marketing companies. I mean, they really put research and development into their products, and they just don't want to spend millions of dollars on advertising, so they use the network marketing model to get the product out into the world. And so a lot of these products are really good products. Well, I told my friend, my buddy, I was like, I'm just not interested. I've just never had any success with it. Well, a couple of years after he first presented it to me, over that time, I've seen him using this product, and I was like, I'd ask him occasionally, and it's like, oh, this is the company I started. Oh, okay, cool. Well, when I gained all that weight, man, I was up to 340 pounds, and I couldn't even, tie my shoes. I mean, you've heard the story many a times. I couldn't even walk my girlfriend, wife now. Couldn't even walk her around the store. I'd be the guy up front sitting on the bench. And I finally said, hey, man, let me try something. What do you got for weight loss or whatnot? Let me try something. And the first product he recommended to me was the energy. And he goes, look, man, you take this on a empty stomach when you first wake up. And you're going to feel energized. It's going to be brain fuel. It's going to be, it's got an appetite suppressant. And sure enough, man, that's the product that got me off the Pepsis, because I was getting 2 Pepsis and 2 to 4 donuts every single morning. And I was like, man, what else you got? And he's like, well, I've noticed, your knees have been hurting, right? You got this joint pains. And he's right. That's why I couldn't walk around the store with my girlfriend at the time, because of my joint pains. He's like, look, I've heard, really good testimonies on this sulfur. And he was taking sulfur himself, but he didn't have joint problems. And I was like, okay, let me try the sulfur. And within 2 weeks, my joint pains were gone. And so I became a customer. And he was making commission off me. And it dawned on me, it's like, Todd, he doesn't have to buy all this stuff ahead of time. He doesn't have to inventory it. He didn't have to have a team of people to build this big e-commerce store. He shares something that he uses. And he makes a commission off of it if it sells. And it's like, boom, sign me up. And so network marketing is a great way if you need to make an extra, $200, $300, $400 a month. It's scalable. Everything I've mentioned is scalable. Again, it depends on your mindset. But it's network marketing could be a great choice for you. What I highly recommend is find one that, regardless if you sell an item or not, regardless if you recruit someone or not, that it's an item that you're going to continue to take anyway. Because that's the situation I was in. I was sold on this product. And so regardless if I ever sold any or recruited anyone, I'm buying this product, right? And then find one. So that's number one. Number two, find one that the plan is not just heavy recruiting, but it also includes some type of commission on selling, because you might not like the recruiting part. You might just want to sell the product. That's my case. I'm not here to recruit people. I want to sell this product, right? And if you enjoy it and then you decide you want to sell it yourself, okay, cool. I mean, it's like $25 a year to be able to sell it, right? So find you a product like that and a company with the right commission plan. In fact, you want to be leery of those that just promote recruiting, because the FTC will come down hard on them, and they've recently come down hard on some companies. All they do is recruit and not necessarily push a product. You want something that a product moves through, right? And so network marketing is a great way. So I've shared 4 ways to make money: real estate investing, Amazon, e-commerce, we use Amazon, print on demand, and then network marketing. Any of these work if you need to make $200 to $1,000 a month or so on. You can, again, they're all scalable. Well, depends on your situation. If I needed fast cash right now, okay, depends on how much I need and depends on how much money I actually had. I would do one of 2 things. First, I'd try to go wholesale a house, because I can get one under contract today, right, and have it flipped to a cash buyer today and have anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 in my pocket today. Or I would, if it wasn't a super rush, okay, I would build it on Amazon. I would find the right product, order it, and sell it. It takes a lot of research, okay? It takes a lot of research. It is a little riskier, I don't want to say there's no risk in real estate. Yes, there is. But if you know the numbers, know what you're doing, okay, a little less risky. Or I would do that. Now, if I wasn't in a huge rush, if I just say, hey, you know what, it would be nice to build a second stream of income and something that would take, less time. I want to say less time, less of my time per week, but understand it'll take, a while to build, because that's the thing, that mindset. If your mindset's instant gratification, it'll be quick to jump out of any of these. In fact, I got people come up to me all the time. Hey, can you show me how to do Amazon? Hey, can you show me, how to do real estate investing? And I was like, sure, I'm an open book, right? I'll share it with you. I try to pay it forward because many people's helped me out. They disappear because it's work. I mean, it's like Jim Rohn says, some do, some don't. Most won't. We don't know why. It's just the way it is. Those with the right mindset, okay, they can achieve quite a bit. So if I wasn't in a big rush to build something and I had hardly any money at all, and I wanted something that would just take a couple hours of my time a week, or 2 to 4 to 5 hours a week, hey, direct sales would be the way I go. I enjoy all of them, and that's why I do all of them. I want to focus on all of them, but there's only so much time in the day, right? And so those are the ways. And again, there's so many more ways, but these have what's worked for me. Okay, these are the ones I've actually done. They've worked for me. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I hope you found value in this video. I know this was a little bit longer than others. I'm sorry. If there's a topic that really interests you and you want to hear more about, put it in the comments below or send me an email. Hey, until next time, God bless and keep grilling.